So I'm sure many of you watching this will have already seen Roger Waters, the anti-Semite, his infamous appearance on the Piers Morgan programme. But I want us to just review this clip before I show you Douglas Murray's response to his appalling words. So let's first just watch the clip one more time, because just to remind us of the evil this man spews.
All the filthy, disgusting lies that the Israelis told after October the 7th.
Like what?
About burning babies and women being raped, which were all completely...
Actually, women were raped.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Well, there's no evidence.
It's been established by the United Nations.
You can say anything that you want, but there's no evidence.
Actually, there is extensive evidence.
There is no evidence.
Sexual assault and rape. Well, there is.
OK, well, all right, now...
Also, we know what Hamas broadcast on social media.
Calm down. Roger, calm down. Don't sink to his level. All right, I won't.
What level?
But stop shouting. Stop shouting back. Let him interrupt you as much as you want. OK, all right. Sorry, Piers, what were you saying?
Yeah, so I want to talk a bit about what he said there. The first point, just to bear in mind, is we know from the United Nations, even though I have absolutely no time for them, but the UN conducted a report. We know from video content, and we know from first-hand witnesses, which were documented in Sheryl Sandberg's Screams Before Silence documentary. But I want to read to you Douglas Murray's response, because he kind of hits the nail on the head, as he always does. He said, he said, first of all, I think this is a very interesting thing about Roger Waters. I can't name a Pink Floyd song. Maybe that's my bad. But this man is confused about everything. I don't know if he's sick. He seems very sick in a number of different ways, a variety of ways. It was a whole conference of ways that we watched. And it showed that there's a very clear reason why some of these people deny the murder of children. It's because if they faced up to it, they would have to ask a question of their own side, of themselves, which they don't want to ask. Am I sure we're the good guys? Am I sure my side, my friends at home, are the good guys? In the case of people like Roger Waters, am I sure that I'm on the right side supporting militant Palestinian extremists when they seem to be incapable of not murdering, not raping, not killing children, not kidnapping? Am I sure my side's right? Two paths can be taken from that. One is maybe I should rethink my support for this terrorist entity and put my support elsewhere. You have to say, okay, or you'd have to say, okay, I'm fine with that by any means necessary. And some of them do think that. But I would have much more admiration for these people if, instead of always trying to deny and deny and deny, they faced up to the things that their friends do and did and would do again. This man, as well as a maniac, he's not a man. He can't even face up to the consequences of his own support and thought. Slightly paraphrasing a few of the things Douglas said there, because this was taken from an interview, but that's the essence of what Douglas said. And I think he really nails it. It seems to me that people try to, on the Palestinian side, they try to make the case that this is down to a matter of resistance, a matter of legitimate grievance. And they say, you have to understand our side. Even, by the way, people in the middle will say, well, we've got to try and understand both sides. You know what? The truth is, sometimes in conflicts, you don't have to try and understand and indulge one side if you find that what exists there is simply a hateful ideology, an anti-Semitic ideology. You could try trying to understand what Hitler's grievances were for Germany, and then you'd appease and you'd just let them walk all over Europe. No, that's not the approach always. You have to listen to them, and if you come to the conclusion that what they have is a hateful ideology that cannot make space for the other, then you simply have to shut it down. And it seems that the Palestinian cause, from start to finish, if we just listen to them, if we don't try to project what we want to be the case, if we actually listen to them, it becomes very clear that all along, it's not about wanting their own state. It's not about Palestinian self-determination. It's about the Jews having their own state. It's about wanting to kill the Jews. It's anti-Semitic. And I actually saw a fascinating comment in an article covering this Roger Waters story recently, where, and I can't verify this, but someone said in the comments, interesting fact about Pink Floyd that most people don't know. Roger Waters was, of course, part of Pink Floyd. Many years after their breakup in the early 80s, while fans still speculated it was due to artistic differences, band members not showing up to the studio, etc., and no one in the band was ever giving any kind of detailed explanation of what really happened, and just didn't seem to want to talk about it at all. David Gilmour and his wife finally admitted in an interview that it was actually because of Waters' anti-Semitism that had gotten so bad in the studio that he was unbearable to work with. He just wouldn't stop his constant Jew-hating comments. Then other members of the band finally came out to confirm this. They were all just too embarrassed by Waters to speak out about it before. So, Roger Waters is a poster child of anti-Semitism. Great music, but horribly possessed by anti-Semitism. So, I think this is one of the key points here, that we need to just call out things for what they are. What Roger is doing is engaging in the worst form of anti-Semitism. It's not enough simply for the Jews to suffer. You have to deny that they even suffer as well. Don't even have the dignity of validation of what we went through. It's sick. It's Holocaust denial 2.0. And you know what? There are some people whose anti-Semitism and their hatred of Israel is grounded in ignorance. It's silly. It's stupid. They don't even know which river and which sea. And then, so you've got the silly on one side, but then on the other side you have the sinister, where they know exactly what they're doing. And I fear that Roger Waters fits into that camp. It's easier to deal with the ones who are ignorant. Perhaps there they can change. But those who are sinister becomes a lot harder. Occasionally it happens. Look at son of Hamas, Mossab Hassan Youssef, or Loay al-Sharif, or Sohail Ahmed, raised in a diet of Jew hatred that hates Jews so much, but then, when they start to think and hear their conscience, they change. But in the case of Roger, he's been doing this for a very long time. I think he knows what he's doing. And I wonder, is he poisoned beyond help? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.